Alright, so this is my first time making almond milk. So we use roasted almonds, and that's all you really need because everything else is added if you wanted to sweeten your almond milk. So the directions say to do a cup of almonds with the water to cover them. At that point, when I had looked at the instructions, I had already put the almonds in there, so I just made sure that the water covered the almonds. And they say you need to let them soak overnight for 12 to 18 hours. When they said when you do this, it will double in size, and they definitely did. So I'm going to just drain the almonds out and rinse them off. And then I'm going to show you guys how the water looks. It definitely gave like dirty water, but I cleaned out the almonds, and then the ingredients state that you need to put the wet almonds in the mix, as well as add a half a cup of dry almonds, and then add 2 cups of water into the mix, and then your blend. And it said if you wanted to sweeten it, you would add a half a tablespoon of vanilla, as well as 2 tablespoons of honey. My honey was I don't know why my honey does this. If you know why, tell me. But it doesn't start off like that, but as I get to the end of my honey, it ends up getting thick like that. And I looked in the instruction and it don't say anything about keeping it in the refrigerator, so I'm not sure why it does that. But anywho, so I go ahead and blend the mix. And I do that. It says to let it blend for about 2 minutes. Then I go in and I just try to scrape the sides and just get everything in the mix so that it can all be fully mixed in before I start to squeeze the milk. So I'm just scraping that down and giving it another go before I take it out to start to squeeze. Alright, so now that it's well blended, I'm going to start scraping out the mixture onto the cloth. So the directions state to have either a cheesecloth, a drain cloth, I think it said, or a thin washcloth. So because it was my first time and it was just an idea, I had a very thin washcloth, which did the job. So I am just going to scrape a little bit in, and I'm going to start to squeeze it into a bowl to start getting the milk out of to dry out the mixture. So that's what you're going to be seeing me do here in this next step. And I'm going to be using the drain because I'm going to try as best as I can a couple times to try to drain out any chunks of almond that may get past, or any like of the seed textures of the almonds to get out before I freeze it and use the milk. So as you see here, I am just squeezing out the mixture and just trying to get the milk out. This part was definitely messy, but once you get the flow of it, you're just going to keep going through this process, emptying out the mixture and then adding more and re-draining it. So here I am going through the process of just draining out the mixture. So I did this about 3 to 4 times. I just wanted to make sure I got as much as I could out. So I was just going back and forth draining the mixture before I poured it into my container and chilled the milk.